Miss Cherry, are you still here to talk?
Huh? Oh, yeah, sure thing. Come on in.
Thanks for letting me come in. I wanted to ask a few things about art with you.
Oh, really? That's great. What did you want to ask about?
I wanted to ask. We've been learning about Rococo art for a while in class now, but what's the difference between Rococo art and art from other periods?
Oh, really? Well, take a seat over there and I'll explain. The Rococo style and period date back from the 1730s to the 1770s and was derived from the Italian Renaissance style of rocaille, a style of architecture in which shells, pebbles, and other naturally created items are mixed into cement. A common design theme in Rococo art was asymmetry, in which architectural works would be different on one side as opposed to the other. This was very different from other architectural periods, which were very precise in being symmetrical. Other design themes in Rococo art were the uses of curved lines and bright pastel colors in pieces. This design theme is shown in the piece on screen, titled Rinaldo and Armida, and was created by the artist François Boucher. This work depicts the characters from the poem Gerusalemme Liberata. Armida, a virgin witch, had been sent by Lucifer to end the Crusades through her witchcraft. Along with this, she also hoped to take vengeance on the prince, Rinaldo, who, despite her changing his companions into beasts, rescued them. Despite this hatred towards each other, they eventually fell in love, and this piece shows that, depicting the two lovers laying together among a group of cherubs in Armidia's kingdom. This piece, as said before, uses many bright pastel colors, primarily using whites and blues. The line work in the painting is mainly comprised of curved lines, with most of these lines being used to show texture. Many forms of organic shape are visible in this piece, with very few geometric forms, besides the cylinders and rectangles that make up the pillars. Many textures are visible in this artwork, most being of fabric, with a few textures of stone and skin. The space of this work seems to go back for a good distance, seeming to go back for what looks like a few yards. The painting appears to bring most of the emphasis to Armidia, since she is in the center, and the lighting is casted mainly on her. Along with that, Ronaldo and the cherubs all are looking at her.
Wow, Miss Cherry, that's really interesting. Are there any other differences I should know about?
Why, yes, there are, and I'd be happy to tell you about them right now.
Other big differences from Rococo art to other periods is the themes painted about during this time. The Rococo period is characterized by the bright, optimistic, and happy feelings shown in the pieces from the time. Many works of the time had themes of love and carefree frolicking, often with groups of people. Another change from previous periods were the common characters and backdrops displayed in the pieces. During the Rococo period, common motifs were the appearance of cherubs, flowers, gardens, parties, and mythological figures.
Wow, Miss Cherry, thank you for telling me about all this. But I have just one more question.
And what might that be?
I wanted to ask, why is the Rococo period so different from other periods?
Oh, well, I'd be happy to tell you, Kodi.
This stark change in style was a result of a change in purchasing power mobility. This, in turn, led to a market run by a growth of crafts and fashion. Another factor in why the Rococo period was different from other periods is that there was a lack of government and or simply powerful private sponsorship, as well as a scarcity of artistic institutions or artistic tradition, which allowed for free creative expression, as well as allowing for more artisan artists to determine the fashions. The Rococo period used many different forms of art, such as sculpture and painting, as well as architecture, furniture, clothing, and textiles. The style of Rococo art became popular in many different areas, such as France, Austria, England, Italy, southern Germany, and Russia. As said before, one art form used during the Rococo period was sculpture. This is shown in the piece on screen, titled Fountain Nymphs, by Lambert Sigisberg Adam. This fountain, crafted in the 1740s, depicts two female nymph spirits. The one sitting appears to hold several arrows, while the one standing is near a tree with some sort of large, crane-like bird. Along with this, the nymph on the floor seems to be pulling on the other's clothing. The line work in this piece is primarily used to show texture, with many noticeable examples of it. The shapes visible in this work seem to all be organic shapes, with what appears to be either very few or no geometric shapes. There are several noticeable textures in this figure. Some that are viewable are the wood-like textures of the tree, along with the texture of the leaves. Another visible texture is the look of the two nymphs' hair, and the feathers on the crane. Due to the piece being a statue, the form it takes on is a 3D form. The emphasis of this work is mainly placed on the nymphs, due to them being the largest figures. Finally, due to the poses they are in, it gives the illusion of movement to the nymphs.
Wow, Miss Cherry, thank you so much for teaching me about all this.
You're welcome, Kodi. Have a nice day.